with England, it's just that they have Finidi George as their coach. You know, I mean Southgate. You know, I mean
You find
Southgate.
trouble.
Man, Southgate needs to be fired. I don't know what those people are doing.
Good evening, everybody, and we're here for the Euro 2024 round of 16 predictions. I've got two staunch fans here with me. They've been following the competition from the group stage, and definitely they're going to follow it to the final. We are all watching. So we're going to be giving our predictions. The matches have been played, and 16 teams have advanced to the round of 16. So let's see whose mojo is very, very strong. This is not a matter of who watches or follows the match. It's a matter of whose person's juju is the strongest. So guys, the first okay, before I even go to the round of 16, just a very quick one. Any surprises in the group stage matches? King Obi, I'll start with you. Any surprises so
Yeah,
far?
I guess the main surprise is Portugal losing to Georgia. Georgia is like one of the lowest ranked teams, you know. But I understand like that Portugal made a lot of changes, so it wasn't like the usual
Yeah.
starting team. So that makes a difference when you play in tournaments, you know. There's a rhythm, a fluidity that comes with having your starting team that has a rhythm, you know. If you take that out, if you make a lot of subs, if you change most of the squad, you destabilize the team. There's not the same level of harmony. There's not the same sync of the players. So it was surprising, but it was a very pleasant watch because I was happy for the Napoli left winger. You know, that boy is carrying his country on his shoulder and he stepped up to play against his idol Ronaldo, you know. You could tell how excited he was after the game because he went to hug him straight, you know. But it was a great watch. It was a shocking defeat, 2-0 defeat, not just 1-0. So it was a major surprise. But hey, Portugal already qualified, so it wasn't a big deal. But it was
Yeah.
for the people of Georgia. I know this will be in their history for a long time. So that was the main surprise that I really saw. There were some other games, but that's the main one.
Okay. Steven, any surprises so far?
Uh, it has been a competition characterized with shocking results. Before the competition started, there was actually a promo we ran in the football group where we were meant to predict the who will be top of the group and who will be runners up in each of the group. And at the end of the group stage, we're close to 100 in that group. Nobody got it correctly. You know, that's to show how much of a surprise the competition has unraveled. Like King said, Georgia. I mean, who would have thought that Georgia would be in a group and actually come out of that group? The likes of Slovakia, the likes of Slovenia. You know, you have traditional teams like Poland, Serbia going home,
Hmm.
while we have the
Croatia.
likes of Georgia,
Croatia,
Croatia.
Croatia.
Come on, we have the likes of Georgia in the round of 16. Come on. So it's been and I like those kind of shocks. When
Hmm.
football is not too predictable, then there's more excitement.
Yeah.
Even in this round of 16, I can tell you,
That would be
if we
shocks.
go by what we saw in the earlier rounds, we're still going to
Hmm.
see a lot of shocks. So
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's been a competition that has so many shocks, and
Mm-hmm.
we're all happy for that. Yeah.
Yeah. For me, I think it's also same match, and I'm surprised Ronaldo could not even score a goal in the group stage. I expected at least one goal from him. But let's see
I
what
mean, he
happens in the
could
round of
have. He could have if he wasn't being a team player. He passed the ball to Bruno. That was his goal to score, but he passed it to Bruno. It's not about. He understands that it's not
Yeah, I
about
was
him
shocked
scoring.
with that, bro. Like I never
But
saw that
Ronaldo wants
coming.
to win. Ronaldo
They will
wants
not
to
see
win.
that
He
one,
has
no. They will
he
not
has
see it.
broken all
I
the
don't want to talk
records.
about it.
He has all the statistical records, that you can think of in Europe. Even he has
Yeah.
the most goals in this competition. So it's not about him scoring; it's about him winning at this point. So if he
Hmm.
can win, that's I think what he's focused on. You can just tell he just wants to win. You know.
Yeah. So let's go to the prediction proper now. I think the first game in the round of 16 is Switzerland versus Italy. Now, this is very tough.
Mm-hmm.
Very tough, but if I'm to pick, oh my God. I'll go for Italy. Yeah, I'll go for Italy. So, King Obi, which of the teams are you going for? Switzerland or Italy?
So the thing is, Italians are like known for knowing how to win tournaments. They don't play like amazing football, but they have close games. They fight to the end. They know how to implement the tactics that they have. You know, they spoil your game, they nullify your game, and they hit you. So they, it's always hard to take them out or count them out in situations like this. You know, but Switzerland has been trying. You know,
I
they're
told
doing
you.
their thing. Hey, you know, the former Arsenal captain, you know, is carrying them too. So, but I think it still give the advantage lies on Italy. I think Italians have the advantage, but I would not be shocked if they lost to
Exactly.
Switzerland. You know,
Okay. So you're going
so
with Italy, right?
barely, yes. Just because I think they still have the know-how. Because the way they survived
Just
their
say
last
yes with
game,
your full chest. Just say
there's
yes with
no
your full
food test because there's no food test there. You saw their last game; they scraped through by the teeth
I
on,
know
you
you.
know.
Yeah,
So it's not like you can say, oh, they would definitely,
yeah.
you know. And Switzerland themselves, they've been holding their own in the tournament,
Very
so
good. Very good.
it's
Yeah.
not there's not much of a gap to be like, oh, definitely Italy. You know, I think
Mm-hmm.
it's much closer. It's just who
Yeah.
has the know-how. So I think the Italians, just based on their reputation and their history, have the edge. I think they still have the know-how. They still have some players there and coaches and their system that knows how to win. So I want to give it to them. So I'll just say Italian, but I wouldn't be surprised if they don't win it. So
Okay. Steven, Switzerland or Italy?
Okay, so let me just deviate from both of you and say Switzerland. I saw their last game against Germany, and
hmm
they more than matched Germany in that game. He ended goalless. Germany scored, I think, in the last minutes or so. Um, Compared to Italian run so far, there's been no consistency with their
hmm
pattern of play, unlike the Swiss team, especially up front. Switzerland, the coach has done so well. They've not played the same top nine in all three games. You understand? They start with I can't remember that guy's name, but it was Ndoye in the second game. It was Embolo in the third
Bolo.
game.
hmm
Yeah, and they all deliver. You understand? So if I'm going to stick my money, I will stick with Switzerland. You know, to upset Italy.
mm
Hmm. Okay. We'll see. But actually, the difference is not much. So any team can just
Yeah.
win it. We'll see what happens. So the next game is Germany, Denmark. Okay, I
hmm
think anything can happen still, but if I'm to pick one, I will go for Germany. Yeah. Kingobi, which team are you going for?
So so I think Germany is actually like my pick to win this tournament for several reasons, including the fact that they're the home team. You know, the home
Yeah.
team advantage. We've seen the last Nations Cup. You know how Ivory Coast, their fans, their crowd, their people cheered and pushed them. And we're looking at the same team in the final, wondering what the hell. So the Germans, and they've been playing well. They've been having a good pattern of play. Their strikers are delivering, especially whenever they bring the other guy from the bench. You know, he's been scoring too, and of course, their midfield they have the know-how. You have Tony Kroos, you have Gundogan. Their defense are solid. So the Germans have a lot of advantage over the Danes. The Danes are tough. They are hard, but it's a good matchup for the Germans because I think they're similar type of football, but I think the Germans have more quality. They have more know-how. They have more senior players who have won it and done it. They also have the home crowd advantage. So I believe the Germans would prevail.
Okay. Steven, are
Yeah,
you
I think Germany too would
oh,
prevail. Denmark has, I think they've been lucky. They've only had one very decent game, which was their, was it the second game? the game Erskine scored. I think that was the only decent game they've had. They've barely scraped through the other ones. Germany, like Lucky said, is a well-drilled team. I don't know why that coach starts Havertz in the top 9. When you have this Fulkrong, what's the name of that guy? Fulkrong or so.
Yeah.
That just comes and he scores. He's a more traditional number 9. But having said that, I think Germany will have enough to beat Denmark.
Okay, so this time we are all going for Germany. Well, let's hope we don't see an upset. And the next game, this is quite interesting because I think from what I've seen so far, England, Slovakia, many people are actually wishing England will just fall out of the round of 16. I don't know why. They've not been impressive at all, at all, at all. And most of the fault goes to the coach, his selection, tactics, and all. But for me, I'll still go for England. They have the squad depth, even though I just hope the coach will come up with something good. But I'm going for England on this one. So King Obi, England or Slovakia?
So with England, it's just that they have Finidi George as their coach, I mean Southgate, I mean Southgate. Man, Southgate needs to be fired. I don't know what those people are doing. I don't understand how you can be tying your hands behind your back and expecting to win a boxing match. Southgate, to me, is one of the worst coaches I've seen. Like, I don't know how he got that job. I don't know how he keeps keeping that job. He's handicapping and crippling the English players. Like, you have such talent. You have the highest goal scorer in England. Well, yes. Yes, highest goal scorer. You have the best young player in England. You have the highest goal scorer in Germany. You have the best player in Spain, all in the same English team. But you don't know how to use your players. The English squad, when you look at it from the bench to the starters, you're thinking, wow, they have a team. But when you watch them, you don't see the kind of control and dominance and fluidity that you expect from those quality of players. Players that have individual qualities, but the coach, for some reason, can't put them together. He doesn't pick the right lineups. I don't know what he's doing with Trent in the middle, This useless Liverpool experiment that's not working, Anyway, it just you have players who are better, more equipped to play the midfield. You have Kobe Mino, you have Eberechieze, you even have Palmer. You have people you have the other boy from Crystal Palace. You have a lot of good players that actually are midfielders and can possess, distribute, move, create. Trent is not a player that does well with someone already on him before he gets the ball. You're putting him in the midfield where you expect him to have a man on him, receive the ball, turn, do this, do that. That's not Trent. Trent drifts in from the right back into the space and then plays balls. So it's almost like the coach is messing up the team. Now, having said all that, I still expect England to win, because they have more talent, they have more players of quality. They should still, regardless of what the coach puts out there, they should still win because they have the quality. But hey, I kind of don't mind if they lose because I'm tired of, Declan Rice running up and down. I don't want Bukayo Saka to keep getting kicked, I would like my Arsenal players to come back home and rest, and so I can see them in here in LA in a couple weeks. But this continuation of England is spoiling my game. I want to go and watch Arsenal here. Those boys now will not play. Anyways, let's get back to the prediction. England, I expect England to win.
Okay. Steven.
Yeah, I think it's too much expectation. We are all popular with the English Premier League, so we're into the English team more than we're the other countries. They've not really played badly. It's just that the expectation built up for them. They've not met it. And coming to the coach, if you see the team he's playing with in this tournament, most of the players are not his traditional players. If you watch the last two tournaments, the last World Cup, the last Euro that they even were runners up, he has these traditional players that he's not with in this present team. And I think that could be one of the problems they're having. They have so many players, so many talents, but the coach has not been able to fuse them together to get a proper first 11. But with England, I think they will do better as the competition progresses. Yeah, the year Portugal won the Euro, it was almost like this in the group stage. I don't think they even won any game. Then from the knockout stages, they became stronger. So I think they will be better as the competition progresses. Against Slovakia, definitely, they have enough to go through. I will
Get
be
it done.
shocked. I'll be shocked if Slovakia dump England at this stage, and that would be disaster for Southgate, aka Finidi
Yeah.
Judge.
Okay, so this time again, we're all going for England. Okay, we'll see
Mm.
what happens. So the next game is Spain versus Georgia. So I think I will have to go for Spain on this one. Obi, what do you think?
I was gonna say Georgia, but I'm joking. I'm joking. No, definitely. No, definitely Spain. I mean, I've been actually impressed with Spain in this tournament because
Yeah.
their fluidity, their chemistry, their ball possession, their manipulation of the game, the ball, and dominance. It's like you watch them, you're like, okay, this is a team, and they're young, they're fearless, like I'm just, you're not expecting, I didn't expect much from this Spanish team in this tournament. I thought they had some good players, but I didn't think they were mature enough or old enough or fully developed to like do as much as they're doing. But I've been really impressed with them. So I think Spain definitely would win this game. And I would not be surprised if they go further in the tournament because again, they've been impressing me with their work, the work they're putting on the field. So Spain, I give it to them. Impressed.
Okay, Steven.
Yeah, so I think Georgia's bus stops here.
Mm.
Spain is going to be too good for them. The possession football that Spain plays is going to really put the Georgians on
Mhm.
the defensive end. Um, Apart from that, Karavashna, I don't know how to pronounce that long name. You
Kvaratskhelia.
can't, yeah, you can't think of anybody else in the Georgian team that can do the breaks because the only way to overcome a possession-driven team like Spain is to be very strong in the counter-attack, and I don't think the Georgians have it. So I think this will be the easiest of the round 16 pairings in terms of predictability. Yeah, I see Spain winning easily too.
Hmm.
I think the highest goal scorer in the tournament is actually from Georgia, if I'm not mistaken. They're one of
Yeah,
their yeah. So there's somebody else outside of
yeah, I
that
think he has scored
guy.
two penalties or so.
Hey,
It's not been that
yeah,
counter-attacking, breaking
spectacular. Yeah.
goals. Yeah,
Okay, so we're all going for Spain again this time. We'll see what happens. I hope we don't see what happened to Portugal happen to Spain again this time around.
for
Then
that
next,
Portugal game, sorry to take you back. That Portugal
okay.
game, you notice the coach made 7 changes to the team.
So yeah,
So it wasn't like it was a game they needed to win. So
Right.
that's not
yeah.
taking anything away from Georgia, really. But
Georgia, absolutely.
yeah,
Mhm. Yeah. Anyway, we'll see what happens. So the next one for me, I think this is the toughest of the round of 16. France, Belgium. In
Whoa.
fact, I don't think I'll be picking a side. Any team that wins, take it, because I've been thinking this is very tough for me to decide. Both teams, even
Mm.
though they've not really based on going by their group stage performance, I won't say I've been really impressed, but it can go either way for me. So either France or Belgium, I'll just have to sit on the fence for this one. Obi, what do you think?
Mm.
France or
I
Belgium?
don't sit on fence. I don't like you get splinters when you sit on the fence. So I like to pick. So I think France will win. Mostly because excuse me, they have the best center back in the world. William Saliba. So
That just started playing. That just started playing.
currently the best center back in the world, William Saliba. Of course,
Yeah,
I mean you
Vijay
can
Van
always make
Dijk.
a case. You can make a
Vijay
case
Van
for
Dijk, we
Van
have
Dijk.
something to say about that.
You can make a case for Van Dijk, although Van Dijk is going down, so going up, somewhere in there. But anyways, but for France though, I think France are defensively solid. They do have explosive players up top. The midfield, they have players, but they haven't shown the same level of fluidity. But then again, they have the one man wrecking crew, N'Golo Kante, small but mighty,
I
that guy has been surprising everyone. We thought he was out of it, he was done, but
yeah.
N'Golo Kante said, "Who, where, when?" And he's been delivering. So I think France has the edge. Belgium, funny enough, I've been kind of disappointed in them. I've not been impressed with their performances. Even my Arsenal boy Trossard has kind of been fluffing his lines. He hasn't been playing well. Of course, we know Lukaku sometimes, man, he can't throw a rock into an ocean. He will body you, he will do this, but he has been struggling still in front of the goal. So even Kevin De Bruyne's influence is not as impactful. He's been trying, but I don't know if the position they're playing him or just the players around him aren't moving enough to give him the level gets at City, where everyone is constantly moving and he gets the ball, he can find anyone. But they have some players, Doku has been trying, he's been causing problems, but then again, the end product is still sometimes found wanting, he's still lacking a bit in the end. But he's dangerous. So they will cause problems, but I think overall the French team are more solid, they're more compact, and I think they have the edge. They physicality wise, they can match them and overwhelm the Belgians. I feel like defensively, I don't think Belgium are as strong as the French. So I think it will come down to that a lot because, like we know, defense wins you tournaments. Offense can win you a game, but defense wins you tournaments and trophies. So I think the French have one of the better defense in this tournament, and I think they have a high chance of winning that game. So I go with the French.
Okay, Steven.
Okay, I'll also go with the French team, but it's gonna be a tight game. This
Yeah.
one is gonna be tight. The Belgian team they've not really shown the quality they possess. They've not really played like a team yet. The French team too, they've not actually also hit the height yet. So it's going to be a tough. I think it's be the toughest of the round of sustained encounters,
Yeah.
and
Sure.
it could actually go both ways.
Mm-hmm.
Anywhere you have the likes of Kevin De Bruyne and Lukaku, he hasn't scored yet, just like Ronaldo. This could just be the game for him. But if I'm going to put my money, to be on the French team because he is mentioned of Kante. What will I use the word revelation? We already know what he can do, but nobody
Yeah.
expected that he will still be at that height.
No one
So
is talking
he's
about Mbappe
been
here.
yeah because he has not also hit the heights. This could be
Yeah.
the game for him. He
Mhm.
scored in their last game, but I mean we know who Mbappe is, so it's going to be a tough crack. It's going to be a tough game. But I think
Yeah.
the French team will win it. But I won't be surprised if they don't. I won't be surprised.
Yeah. Okay. We'll see what happens. But like I said, it can go either way. So not much surprises for this one. The next one is Portugal, Slovenia. I think I'll go for Portugal straight up. But I don't
Yeah.
expect an upset. So it's Portugal for me. Obi, what do you think?
I'll keep it short. Portugal. I expect Portugal to win. No,
Mm.
that's just that. Yeah.
Maybe Ronaldo might
Yeah,
score a hat trick this time. The goals he couldn't score in the group stages.
Yeah, I mean, Ronaldo is a man of big moments, and he likes to perform in the bigger stages at the bigger level, the crucial times. But if he doesn't score, I still expect Portugal to still win because they have a lot of goal threats. I mean, they
Yeah.
have they have what's the guy from City? Bernardo Silva. They have Bernardo Silva,
Yeah.
who's actually
Yeah,
been in
Bruno.
fine form. They have Bruno playing from
Yeah.
deeper place, and they play Leao or they play somebody else, they still have threat. They have a lot of offensive threats or weapons. So I think Portugal. I expect them to win. I expect them to do it.
Okay, Steven.
Yeah, Portugal for me too. Portugal
Mm,
all the way. Yeah,
mm.
Ronaldo is
Okay.
my G. Bruno Fernandes, my G. Thiago Dalot, my G. They all have the Manchester United
Manchester
connection. So
United. I hear
yeah,
you.
Portugal all the way.
Okay.
At least
That
Bruno is not crying in this tournament, so that's good.
was that was quick. Okay.
Yeah, if
Let's see.
Ronaldo could lay such an assist for Bruno, why would he cry?
You are
So,
right. You are right.
Hello.
You are right.
Okay. So the next one is Romania, Netherlands. I'll have to go with Netherlands for this one, even though they've been impressive as well, but I'll still go with them. Obi.
By default, I'll say Netherlands. Just probably mostly because I know most of their players more, but I feel like they also have a little more talent. So I'll say Netherlands. I mean, I like their defense. I'm still surprised that Van der Van is not starting. Every time I look, I keep thinking, wow, he will pair with Van Dijk, and two of them, I'm like, those two would be, like insane together. And especially if they want to press and push, if they want to get on the other end of the field and create more problems, those two can cover the back a lot better. But they've chosen the other guy to pair with Van Dijk for maybe leadership reasons. Maybe he reads the game better. I don't know. I'm not the coach, but I like them. They have a good defense. They have a decent squad. Um, Memphis is trying, but I don't really see him doing too much. But he's trying. I like Javi Simmons. He's a young talent, hungry, always willing to run and create and cause problems. So they have some players. They have some quality in there. So I expect them to win that one, though.
Mm. Okay. Steven.
yeah, of course, everybody will expect that the Dutch team will win, but they struggled all through their group games.
Hmm.
They even lost to Austria in the last game. You know, the talents are out there, but I can't really find out what's the problem. They are not overrunning teams. They are not at possessing team.
Hmm.
Uh, Fortunately for them, Romania, they are not like also one of those people you say you can stick money for. But if
Hmm.
there's going to be a shocker in this round of 16, I think it's
This
going to
might
be
be
in
it.
this game. It's
Mm.
going to be in this game. But of course, my money will be on the Dutch team to go through.
Yeah.
Mm. Okay. Let's see what happens. So the last game is Austria and Turkey. Oh, I think the finish
Austria,
is I'll just go for
that's
Austria,
it.
bro. I really, I don't know. I don't know. Obi, what do you think?
Yeah, that definitely can go either way.
Yeah.
I don't know. The Turkish team, I'm not sure if they really sold me yet, but Austria for sure, they seem to be a hard nut to crack. So I could see them. I want to give them the edge. I feel like Austria to me would prevail, but again, if it goes either way, I wouldn't be shocked or surprised. But I'll go with Austria.
Okay, Steven.
So after the French Belgium game, this is the second most evenly matched pair in the round of 16. But I will go for Austria. I think they are a well drilled team. That coach, what he failed to do at Man United, he's doing at the Austrian national team. They are a well drilled team. They are not scared of opponents. They attack you. So it's going to be a tough encounter. Uh, there won't be easy pick here, but I'll go for Austria.
Hmm. Okay. So we've given our predictions. We'll see what happens in a couple of days. I hope we don't see surprises. I just hope it goes as I think we
No,
all
the
went for
surprises are the fun.
They're
You
the
know, the
fun.
shockers
Yeah.
are they are the
Yeah.
fun of the competition. You see, we've made
Agree.
all our prediction based on what we think each of
yeah,
these teams can do. The fun
mhm,
is actually them shutting us up. You know, Georgia
us,
beating Spain,
yeah,
and you're like, what did I just watch? You know, yeah.
I
yeah.
agree.
Mhm. Okay, it's fine. I think we all went for similar predictions, except for Switzerland, Italy. But that game too can go anyway. We'll see what happens. Hopefully, we'll be back to know if it went as we predicted or not. So, any other thing? Do you have anything to say for this round of 16 before we call it a wrap? Obi, you want to say something? Quick one.
No, I'm just looking forward to the games. I mean, tournaments has definitely kept me going this summer. Had a little bit of a withdrawal from the uh, club seasons, and when they left, it's like, what are we gonna do until the next one starts?
Yeah.
And here we have this tournament, which is giving us life again. Much better than the Copa America. That one is I don't know what they're doing yet. But yeah, this has been entertaining. It's been. I mean, it hasn't been like mind blowing, but I noticed like the games are much closer now, which tells me like a lot of the teams are not as different in terms of quality as before. I think probably because most of the players they play in Europe, they play in different clubs, similar clubs. A lot of them are playing in the bigger clubs, and the ones that aren't playing the bigger clubs, they're still playing in good enough clubs. So you could just tell the quality of the players are pretty much around each other. So it's all about the coaches' implementation of their systems, their style of play, you know. So, but I like that the quality of competition is much closer. You're not getting anyone thrash 5-0, 4-0, 3-0, all that kind of. Yeah, so it makes it more entertaining. It makes it more competitive, and it's better that way. I'm enjoying it. Look forward to
Okay.
more of it.
All right, Steven.
Yeah, just like you said, the unpredictability is what gives me the fun in it. The games are a bit closer, a bit tighter, not so much in terms of quality. I think that's probably because competitions like this are coming after a hectic European season.
Hmm.
The players are, some of them are born that already. But other than that, it's been okay. No team has rolled over another team. Every point you get, you work hard for it. And I think there are a lot of new talents that we are seeing. I hope the scouts, especially Manchester United, now that we are looking for a very quality centre back, I hope they are looking and seeing all the qualities there, and see players they can pick for next season. Yeah, but it's been fun. I would want Portugal to win for very obvious reasons. Ronaldo.
Oh, I think that this should be his last. He should win this. Anything can happen, but for me, I think
You,
this
you'll
might
be
be.
shocked. You'll be shocked. The World Cup is just
We'll
two
be in
years
the
from
next
now. You'll
World
be
Cup.
shocked.
Yes, he will be there. I would not be surprised if he's in the World Cup.
No, I'm talking about his Euros. This definitely should be his
His
last
last one, it
Oh,
probably
oh
is.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
probably.
yeah. But
Okay,
if
that's
Messi
fine.
never, if Messi doesn't retire before then, just so you know, Ronaldo will not retire. So yeah, that
Yeah,
rivalry will still be there.
yeah. Well, it's cool, no problem. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Thank you so much for joining me. Yeah, thank you so much, and good luck.
Pleasure
Oh, I
was
hope
all
your
mine.
predictions come because I'm going to be putting some money into this games. I don't want stories, please.
If you
Yeah,
win,
just
Steph,
go
send me
and
the
put
chance.
all your money on Switzerland beating Italy. Then thank me later.
Really? No
Yeah.
problem. I'll come back to
That's a
this.
good
I'll come
bet.
back to
That's a good one.
this. Hmm. All right. Okay, now. Thank you
All
very
right.
much.
Yeah. Take care. King, nice seeing
Take
you.
care.
Take care. Mm.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.